Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about coffee, but really we're going to talk about business models. For decades, robotic arms lived in factories, behind cages. They were powerful, but they were huge, expensive, and complex. But something has quietly changed. These arms have gotten smaller, smarter, and dramatically cheaper. So cheap, in fact, that they're starting to leave the factory floor and show up on our streets. And this shift gave our team an idea. It wasn't just about building a better robot. It was about seeing if this new tool could unlock a completely new business model, a way to solve a very old problem. And that problem is this: running a traditional coffee shop is incredibly hard. Not because the coffee is bad or the owners don't work hard. It's because the business model itself is fundamentally flawed. Your two biggest costs, rent and labor, are fixed and high. They don't go away on a slow Tuesday. This creates a trap. To sell more coffee, you need more staff, but more staff means higher costs. So you have to sell even more coffee just to break even. You're running faster and faster on a hamster wheel, but you're not actually getting anywhere. The model doesn't scale. So people have tried to solve this with automation. And over the years, three main approaches have emerged. Let's call them the Silicon Valley model, the Japan model, and the Shanghai model. They look similar on the outside, but they are completely different philosophies. The Silicon Valley model is what you'd expect. It's driven by venture capital and software. Think robot as a service. You pay a huge upfront cost and a mandatory monthly software fee. You're basically licensing the tech, not owning the asset. It's a high-tech, high-cost approach. The Japan model is all about convenience, a legacy of their vending machine culture. Everything coffee, milk, sugary syrups is mixed inside the machine. It's a sealed black box, simple for the user, but a nightmare for the operator. It's hard to clean, flavors get mixed up, and maintenance is a constant headache. The Shanghai model is different. It's not about fancy software or black boxes. It's about leveraging a world-class industrial supply chain. It's simple. You buy the machine, you own it, perio. No mandatory SaaS fees, no vendor lock-in. It's about owning a real asset. So how does the Shanghai model achieve this without compromising on quality? The answer is one critical design choice. It's the most important concept in this whole video. It's called the decoupled architecture. It's actually a very simple idea. You separate the heart from the hands. The heart is a top-tier Swiss-made coffee engine. Its only job is to do one thing perfectly: handle hot water and ground coffee to make world-class espresso. Nothing else ever touches it. The hands are the industrial robotic arm. Its job is to do all the messy work. It moves the cup between separate dispensers for ice, milk, and syrups. All the complex, sticky, sugary stuff is mixed externally in the final cup. It never goes inside the expensive heart of the machine. This one change solves the biggest problem that has plagued this industry for years. Because sugary syrups and milk never enter the core coffee engine, the risk of clogging, contamination, and breakdowns drops to almost zero. The most expensive part of the machine is protected. So what does this mean for the business? In a typical case, you have three key numbers to watch. The survival line, around 30 cups a day, just covers your daily supplies. The break-even line, maybe 60 cups a day, covers all your costs, including the machine itself over time. But the magic happens at the prosperity line at 120 cups or more. The machine becomes a serious cash flow generator. And people always ask, if it's so good, why is it cheaper? The answer is that it's not made with cheaper parts. It's made with smarter parts. It uses the same Swiss coffee engine as a high-end cafe. But the robotic arm is so affordable because of the massive scale of Asia's automotive and electronics industries. It's a reliable, industrial-grade component that benefits from the cost savings of a totally different industry. Now, to be honest, this model is not for everyone, and it's not for everywhere. It's a solution for a specific problem. It's perfect for high traffic, grab and go locations like airports, hospitals, and busy office lobbies where people value speed and consistency. It is not a replacement for your favorite neighborhood cafe where you go for the atmosphere and a chat with the barista. And that brings us to the most important takeaway. This isn't just a robot barista. It's a new type of asset. It's a micro factory. It takes a complex service business and turns it into a standardized, scalable, and fully owned piece of capital equipment. The technology to automate these services is finally here. But the real revolution isn't just the automation itself. It's the business model that allows operators to truly own the asset and control their own destiny. To learn more, visit our website at beverageautomata.com.